I'm Tyler Boronski. I'm with Bill Lee, the Spaceman right here. Welcome back to Bridgeport, first of all.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Park's still here. Big red tower right there. I remember it was in some movie that, I remember it was, what was the guy's name? He wrote that famous book up in New Hampshire, and he only wrote one book, Catcher in the Rye. And then he goes into reclusivity or whatever that's called, and that's what I've been doing in Vermont.
Okay.
That's why I live in Vermont, because no one knows where my driveway is.
Sure. Well, you've been pitching. You're still pitching to this day, right? At age 70, playing in various leagues and tournaments. When's the last time you played, and when's the next time you'll be back on the mound again?
Well, I'm going to get loose today and stay in shape because I have to play tomorrow in a league game up in, it's called Mad River. It's an area where all the horsey people, rich people live in Vermont, outside of Waitsfield and Warren. And I pitched, the last game I pitched was opening day in the snow up in Vermont, and I threw a perfect game.
Really?
Yeah, I threw a 6-inning perfect game. And I was so amazed that Miro Weinberger, the mayor, I said, "Did anybody get a base hit?" And he goes, "Bill, no one got on base." I went, wow, I quit, because I won the Vermont State Championship. I went 12 innings in September to win the state championship for us, and then I throw a perfect game my next game out, and I said, that's it. And so I went to the West Coast and hung out with my kids and played out there. And I was skipping stones on the Pend River. It's a French river, Pendorelley, Pend, and beautiful old logging river up there. And I was skipping flat rocks, and I think I threw my arm out that day.
Really?
But ever since I picked up a ball, it bothers me. But we'll find out today. There's an osprey circling over the field, or I hope that's an osprey and not a buzzard.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
No, it's an osprey. I can see his white belly, thank God.
Okay, perfect.
When the buzzards start circling over the ball field, they're looking for the 70-year-olds.
Yeah. Get to your major league career a little bit. You're famously known for the Eephus pitch, that kind of slower pitch. You can range from 56 miles per hour.
Yeah, everybody's throwing it now. I saw that in the league. This is great. It came back in vogue, and I love that. I love the slow breaking ball. Everybody tends to throw too hard, and they don't pitch enough. Guys are starting to pitch. That old guy, that 44-year-old Bartolo Colon threw that complete game yesterday, and I was so impressed. He had great velocity, I'll tell you that.
Now, you grew up in an era when you're with the Red Sox, you don't like the Yankees. If you're with one team, you don't like the other team. In today's generation, you see all the ball players they're friendly with each other. They're all buddies. Right. Do you think it'd be more beneficial to baseball if it was kind of back to your era when you're playing against me, you're on the other side of the diamond, we're not friends in this moment, instead of maybe all the joking around and friendliness kind of happen in the games?
I agree, because when you do have an altercation there, they don't know what to do because they don't know if they dislike each other, because they all have Halliburtons carrying around large quantities of cash. I know the pitcher for the Red Sox, price is like $31 million. I'm going, you got to be kidding me. I said, I didn't make $1,500,000 in my whole career. And I went, but I was before free agency and before all that. See, and we definitely did not like the Yankees, Gene Michael, and I like Chambliss. He went to UCLA and he was a nice guy, but I did not like Nettles. I did not like a lot of those guys. Thurman Munson I thought was a real pain in the ass, but he was a great hitter and he hit me really well. So when we went out there, we had extra incentive when we played the Yankees. We definitely didn't like each other.
Oh, yeah, sure. Now I got to ask you about the 75 World Series, because crazy series, man. Going to Game 7, you pitched in Game 2 and Game 7 starting, leading both your starts with a lead.
One lead, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Unfortunately, Game 7, the top of the ninth, Joe Morgan gets the blue pit.
Off of Burton, that's right.
Exactly.
Jam shot, and he fought it off center field. Freddie Lynn tried to make the play. Couldn't quite get it. I can't fault Burton. I can't fault anybody. I have to fault the weather and the fact that Game 2 we had the rain delay, and I should never have come out for the ninth. It should have been Roger Moret come out and just blow him away in the ninth. If that had happened, when Eephus hits a home run in Game 6, it would have been a clincher for the World Series. It would have been add to the dramatics of the whole situation, and we would have got the monkey off our back from back in 1918, the last time the Red Sox won. But it took till Roberts stole second base, and I think it was Game 4 against the Yankees, and then they won 4 in a row, and that was tremendous comeback. And look at the Dodgers now. Roberts is managing that team, and they're just running away with the West.
Exactly.
So I'm really proud that he's managing. I like Maury Wills. I grew up, I was a Maury Wills fan, and I was L.A. born and raised, and I loved Maury. And scored like 1/5 of all their runs one year. And he was, he should be in the Hall of Fame, I think. A lot of guys aren't in the Hall of Fame. Tiant or Tony Oliva, I think, should be in too. So, but yeah, that's, Game 7 should never have been played. Game 2 was the one. And in Game 2, I remember they moved Denny Doyle away from second. We didn't turn the double play. And if you look at the 62 playoff game with the Giants and the Dodgers, DeRocher had moved their second baseman away, and Wills had to wait to get the ball to him on Harvey Keene's ground ball. And then McCovey hit the home run, and the Giants went to the World Series. So it's been done before by Dodger coaches that believe they have more control of the game than the manager. And that was the fault of Zimmer and DeRocher.
Gotcha. Final question for you, Bill. I have to ask you, now there was a movie made about you last year called The Spaceman. Pretty legit movie. You got a really talented actor playing you. How did you like the movie? Would you recommend it to people? And how'd you like, the actor that played you in the movie?
I like Josh. Yeah. He did a great job with the material he had to work with, but it's PG 35-47. It's starts off with him naked and ends up with him naked, and I tell you, there's a lot of women that are gonna. I really, if you like Josh Jamal and the Transformer movies, I suggest you rent it for the night, because you're gonna be rerunning it all the time, just looking at his ass.
Bill, thanks so much,
you.
brother. Appreciate it.